everybody, I'm Ian.
Hi everyone, I am Chantel.
And we are the calendars, at least this iteration of it. And today's our anniversary, right?
Yeah, 16 years.
16 years. It's been 16 amazing years.
Just think when we met, we were 18. That's 2 years ahead of what we've been,
Yeah.
we've been together.
We were
married.
We thought we were grown.
We did.
But we were just little kids, 18-year-olds.
Have you started dating at 19?
We started dating at 19, so that's about 23.
It was 23 years we've been together.
23 years ago.
We were friends for a whole year first.
Yeah, we were friends, and we dated other people.
I was actually dating somebody else, but
Yes,
hanging out with you.
We won't mention,
no
names.
But I would hang out with Ian on the weekends.
And we just developed a bond, and we've been together ever since.
We had some friends that contributed to this relationship. We hung
did.
out all the time, and Ian had his crew.
I did.
And they'd always say, Ian, you and Chantel, when are you guys gonna get together?
Yeah.
And we'd say, we're just friends.
We were just friends, really.
And Ian was just taking his time.
We were just friends.
Really?
I dated other people.
Yeah, okay, Ian.
But anyways, as you can see, my wife's haircut today, it is awesome. I love the look. And it's just something for me about a woman with her hair. Like, the hair's on point, that's like next level for me.
It's so funny.
So
that's funny. I know why he's saying that. I know why you're saying that.
Yes, you do.
My sophomore year of college, you're in college, you want to do something new. So one of my friends took me, one of Ian's good friends, took me to the hair salon to get my hair cut. And it was on a Friday, and I was in dynamic praise, and I came to choir rehearsal. Yes, I came to choir rehearsal with my hair all cut off, and I was sitting on the alto section of the choir in Moran Hall. And Ian happened to glance over and see me. And what happened, Ian?
So, she didn't kind of tell that story exactly how it happened.
Okay, go ahead. You tell
it. Was before she sat down, so she was walking in, and if you're a member of DP, you kind of know where the tenors are sitting. Me and my boys, we looked over and we're like, "Yo, look at Chantel," and we saw that she was just looking good that day, and that day. That day in my mind is where the transition from being friends to maybe, something else being an option kind of happened. And
wow, so it's two people, because I gave a shout out to Ryan. So it's Ryan and DeAndre, because his boy DeAndre is the one that took me to get the haircut.
He did.
And so he was responsible for, I guess, the transformation that sparked like that interest, like Ian, okay, let me move.
The next level beyond just a friend.
Yeah.
And so we're here now, 23 years later. Good times, bad times, 3 kids, twins, a 15-year-old, 13-year-old twins, and just a lot has happened. And just on a serious note for relationships out there, marriages aren't easy, right? You may see some that look like, okay, these guys have it together, like, and there's nothing going on there. No, that's the furthest thing from the truth. It's not. It's not. And but that doesn't mean it has to be a bad thing. It's just that the reality of it is we're two human beings. We have our own personalities, our own goals. We have our own point of views. And you get together, you're merging those things together.
Marriage introduces you to yourself, of who you actually really are, because you don't know who you are.
It does.
But when you marry someone, then it highlights your strengths and your weaknesses and flaws and growth areas. Yeah. So, and one of the things about it is sometimes you want to treat each other the way you feel someone else deserves to be treated. And it also reminds you about how God constantly looks at us, and he gives and he gives and he gives and he pours out to you even though you don't deserve it. So in marriage, it's not really giving to get, it's giving to love unconditionally, whether the person deserves it or not.
Yeah.
And so when you're gonna get upset with each other, because we get upset with each other.
Yeah, we do.
At times. And then that's when we regroup. You take it to God in prayer and you regroup, and then you keep on going. And Ian and I, we always said that the way we look at our marriage is that there's no out. And since there's no out, it's either we're going to find a way to make it work being happy, or you're going to be miserable. So you might as well figure out how to make it work.
Yeah. Or you're just going to be miserable for a while. It's just something else in this particular relationship that was revealing to me is the fact that as human beings, we are innately kind of selfish. We're self-centered. We're really just thinking about our way. And in a marriage, it reveals that, right? It reveals your selfishness. And for me, I always thought I was a really nice guy. Like I thought
I was really giving.
I was always very giving, right? We thought that about ourselves. And when we dated, we're like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm giving, she's giving. It's going to be great. But when you get married, it just, all those layers get peeled back.
And you get comfortable with each other. And you start taking each other for granted.
You start taking each other for granted, and you start thinking about, oh, I want to do this thing and I want to do that thing. And, if you're not careful, you start ignoring the other person's goals, all the other person's dreams, for their life. And that kind of bleeds into other things and causes problems. And, where something as simple as toilet paper could become an issue. But it's not the toilet paper, guys. The toilet paper is not the issue. It's all the other stuff. It's the selfishness. And you just kind of pick at the toilet paper in that moment to help you release. I'm just using toilet paper as an example. But it could be anything small in your relationship, right? It's not the small thing that's the problem. It's everything else. And you're just using that in that moment. But anyway.
So it's a lot of adjustments. Yeah. And tell me what my dad told you. You always tell people this. My dad, he's counseled so many couples.
So here's the thing about that. So, when we first got married as newlyweds, she was like, well, you should go talk to my dad. And I was like, well, that's crazy. Why would I go talk to your dad? He's not going to be objective. He's your dad. And, I kind of, initially I resisted to do that for a long time. And then eventually I was like, what do I have to lose? I might as well just go talk to him. And I went to speak to him, and I was expecting okay, he's gonna drop some, just amazing deep information on me that I, will just blow my mind. And the conversation went like this, Ian, in life as husbands, we have to learn how to make adjustments. And I was like, is that it? And he was like, yes, you learn how to adjust because life has been, constantly changing. And in that moment, I have to admit, it wasn't phenomenal for me, right? But once it clicked, it was like, oh my goodness, that is exactly what we have to do. We have to continually adjust because as we grow older in our relationships together, we change, right? And as men, sometimes we think we may not change, but we change too. That women definitely change, right? And because there's change, we have to be willing to change with it, right? In a positive way. If we have to make an adjustment, we make it a positive adjustment to create a more fulfilling relationship. So as part of that change, you do things together. You find ways to share time together, create memories, and that's what we're doing. Right now, we're just away on the weekend, spending some time together. You see this. There's no children here.
And that's hard for me. Our other anniversaries, I've always brought the kids along. I even took our kids when we went out of the country to Trinidad, and Ian was like, ugh.
She did. But, we still were able to have some special moments.
Enjoy our kids.
But I think this is also important, just time away with each other, because we can tend to take each other for granted, and then we stop learning about each other because we're just spending time with the kids, and they're kind of blocking us from actually coming together and talking about stuff. So yeah.
So 19 years old, we started dating. Here we are, 42.
42. I didn't expose her age.
I'm proud to show, the Lord has blessed me with 42
I rock my gray hair. People ask me all the time, are you going to die? I said, no, this is like a mark. Like my brother has the same spot. Why would I dye it? I mean, that's just what it is. But just want to encourage everyone out there. 16 years may seem long, but it really isn't. Time goes by really fast. And
the dating seemed longer than actually being married.
Yeah, for us, the dating, like we did it for 7 years, and that seemed like it took forever. But now being married 16 years seems like it's just been a blur. And, you know, good times, bad times, I won't exchange it for the world. I love this.
It's helped us to really grow stronger.
Yeah.
Really, really strong in those tough times. Even at the beginning, pregnant as soon as I got married, 2 months later. And then after that, almost 2 years later, twins.
Yeah,
it was
the pregnancy early. You know, things happen, right? Things happen, and like my father-in-law said to me, we just have to learn how to make adjustments, because you don't have control over some things sometimes, but you do have control to your responses to it. And the way we choose to respond makes all the difference. And it can create a happy, vibrant, fulfilling relationship, or it can create hell on earth. So, you know, choose. And we choose to be happy. We choose to be in a positive relationship, and I hope we can encourage any other couples out there. I know it's wedding anniversary month or weekend or week. There's a lot of them going on right now. It's 4th of July weekend. Just want to say happy anniversary to everyone that's experiencing an anniversary this week, this weekend, or sometime next week. Happy anniversary to all you guys. I wish you guys all the best. And for those of us out there who, you know, are on the struggling side of things, don't give up. Don't give up. Keep fighting. Keep pushing. There's light at the end of the tunnel. You can make it. Bye, everyone.
Bye.